A Jefferson Circuit judge says she'll issue a ruling soon on whether a grand juror from the Breonna Taylor case can speak publicly about the proceedings. LEX 18's Mike Valenti has more on the 90-minute hearing that pitted the juror's attorney against the state attorney general.
1 week after the Attorney General's office released about 15 hours of recordings from the grand jury proceedings to comply with the judge's order, Attorney Kevin Glogauer was before a different judge to argue that his client, an unnamed grand juror, should be able to speak publicly about what was said on those recordings and when the microphone was turned off.
Mr. Cameron more than once has made statements, and it's even in a footnote on the very first page of their motion, that they have no concern about grand jurors discussing the proceedings or their presentation.
Shortly after Glogauer filed a motion seeking permission for his client to talk about the case, Attorney General Daniel Cameron's office said they had no concerns with comments about their presentation. But Wednesday, the office filed a motion seeking to keep the proceedings secret.
Nothing would undermine the public interest more than for this court to throw out the entire body of law of grand jury secrecy.
Assistant Attorney General Victor Maddox argues that granting the juror's motion would set a dangerous legal precedent and could undermine the pending criminal case against former Louisville detective Brett Hankison.
I think one of the problems with getting a fair trial, Your Honor, in a case as high profile as this is finding a jury pool that has not been tainted by pretrial publicity.
A point that Judge Annie O'Connell quickly challenged.
That cat's already out of the bag. Regardless of whether this grand juror is allowed to speak or not, you would agree that there's already more publicity than most cases like this ever sees.
And Glogauer says that Cameron opened the door to his client's motion, arguing that the AG discussed evidence in his initial news conference last month and on subsequent television appearances. And the attorney made his own argument about precedent, that if the motion is not granted, grand jurors may be more reluctant to participate in proceedings going forward if they have similar concerns as his client. Mike Valenti, LEX 18 News.